What is up, Packers fans? Happy Thanksgiving. Welcome into our live pregame show here on the Pack-A-Day podcast. I'm your host, Andy Herman. You can follow me on Twitter at Andy Herman NFL. We've got inactives for you. It's an interesting list. So Quay Walker is out for Green Bay. Keyshawn Nixon is in for Green Bay. So Keyshawn Nixon in for the Packers. Quay Walker is out. Also out Matthew Golden and Nate Hobbs, as well as the other three that we already knew about: Savion Williams, Lucas Van Ness, and Carl Brooks. Donovan Jennings is your lone healthy inactive for this game. So the one piece of good news is Keyshawn Nixon's good to go. Your starters are likely going to be Keyshawn Nixon along with Carrington Valentine. Haddon would likely be the first one up after that. Excuse me. But Matthew Golden, Quay Walker, Nate Hobbs, all questionable, all not good to go for this game. Probably more bad news than good in that particular list. Nixon being healthy is definitely big. Haddon played well, but that's really, his first action against JJ McCarthy, 30-ish snaps. Going against a more high-powered Lions defense, you would prefer Keyshawn out there. I do think that that's a pretty big get for Green Bay. Nate Hobbs won't matter all that much now that Nixon's there and hadn't played well enough to back him up. Obviously, Hobbs has struggled all throughout the season. Not having Quay against Jahmyr Gibbs, not only in run defense, which McDuffie should be fine, but Quay just has a little bit more speed, which helps against Gibbs. Also, if you remember in week one, where they checked down to Gibbs 10 times in that game, and Quay and Cooper were just there every single time to stop him and make sure that he could not get a head of steam. That was huge in that game. This is going to be another massive game for McDuffie. It also puts Tyron Hopper in a much bigger role again this week. I'd expect Detroit to try to run the ball pretty significantly. You could see a lot more 4-3 and 3-4 defense in this one, which could get Tyron Hopper on the field a little bit more as well. So that's big. And of course, no Matthew Golden either. You would like to have your playmakers, and they don't. They get Josh Jacobs back this week, but at wide receiver, and now you don't have Savion Williams either. It's crazy at wide receiver that you don't have Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, or Savion Williams. You're doing your best, and then Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Savion Williams. You're doing your best to kind of put together a group, and then of course Tucker Kraft either. But this is going to have to be a huge game for Christian Watson, Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks. Those three should be the primary. I'm sure we'll see a little bit of Malik Heath, a little bit of Bo Melton. Those would be kind of the next guys up, but not ideal to not have Golden, and of course Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft as well. But big getting Josh Jacobs back this week. Obviously didn't have him against Minnesota. But those are your inactives for the Packers. I'll read it one more time for those of you just joining us. Keyshawn Nixon, good to go. Inactive is Matthew Golden, Quay Walker, Nate Hobbs, Donovan Jennings, Savion Williams, LVN, and Carl Brooks. All right, I wanted to get to that right away because that was breaking news. I don't know if we've seen a Lions inactive list yet. Let me see if we have anything. See if I can search this up really quick so we can get that. All right, Lions inactives. All right, so inactives for the Lions: Frazier, their offensive lineman, Graham Glasgow, Kirby Joseph, which we knew, Tyler Lacey, Khalif Raymond, Mekhi Wingo, and Brock Wright. So all of their big questionable players for Detroit are good to go. So Miles Frazier was one that they activated off of the injury list, and so the thought would be that he'd be good to go. He is not, but all the Penei Sewells, the rest of their starting offensive line is good to go. Marcus Davenport's good to go. So all of their other players, Terry Arnold's another big one, good to go. So kind of Miles Frazier would have been the only one that was kind of questionable that's not able to go for Detroit. Everyone else is in for the Lions. So better news for the Lions than it is for the Packers. Again, big losses with Matthew Golden and Quay Walker specifically. All right, like I said, I wanted to get to that right away because that was breaking news. Let me start appropriately, though, and say happy Thanksgiving. Welcome into Packers Game Day. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to all of you for being here, for supporting the channel. Cannot thank you guys enough. I always say I would probably be here without you, but it would certainly not be as fun. I'd just be talking to a wall, basically. But I'd probably still be doing it, but it certainly would be in a lot of different contexts. But thank you for everything. I sincerely cannot say that enough. I hope you guys are having a happy and safe holiday, and hopefully we can cap it with a huge Packers win and then some Luigi's Victory Pizza afterwards as well. Speaking of which, shout out to Luigi's Pizza for sponsoring today's show. I know I've got my Victory Pizza and my Thanksgiving Pizza all rolled into one, all set for after today's game. It's going to taste a little bit better if they win. I'll put it that way. But I'm still going to have it one way or the other. I've got the thin pepperoni going for today. That's my favorite, and definitely going to roll with that on Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are able to stock up ahead of time. Follow them at luigispizza.com and on social media at Luigi's Pizza. All right, let's get to all of your wonderful questions. Should be here for about an hour or so, and then I'm going to kind of get ready for game day, and then I will be live on the Luigi's Pizza Twitter account on halftime for a live halftime show. I'll also be here live for a live post-game show immediately following the game. Let's get to our super chats first. Ethan, go Pack Go. I get to use the Pack game as an excuse to stay put at our house today. I think we'll see more Rodgers than Favre in Jordan Love today. I'm excited to watch Jordan in this one and just this game in general. The stakes are high. It's Thanksgiving. Everyone's watching Thursday football. Like, it doesn't get much better than this. I tweeted it out. I talked about it on today's show. This is such a massive game for Green Bay when it comes to the NFC North. And if you want to win it, you go from like a 75% chance with winning it to about a 30% chance with losing it. And if you want to win it all and make a run, to me, you have to win the North. You have to get at least a home game and give yourself a puncher's chance at this thing. I don't think any team's going to be able to go 3 games on the road in the NFC and get to the Super Bowl, much less win that game as well. Not to mention Green Bay has 3 of their last 4 regular season games on the road. That's just a ridiculous stretch of road games. The winning the North is paramount for Green Bay. I don't think they're going to do it without winning today's game. Maybe if they go undefeated the rest of the year after this, but that raises the stakes quite a bit. I think today is just massive for their NFC North hopes and really making a run at things. So big fight field today. Cannot wait for it. I'm excited for it, and hopefully Green Bay can come away with a big win. And I think Jordan Love is going to be a huge part of that. Fred, happy game day, Andy. I'm thankful for all you do, Fred. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks so much for being here on Thanksgiving and supporting the channel in totality. Super choppy. Interesting. Is everyone else having the same thing? Weird. I don't know why it would be choppy. Everything looks normal on my end. All right, I'll exit back out and come back in. Sorry that that's happening. I don't know why. Oh, very choppy. All right. 1 second. All right. We're back. Is it better? Are we less choppy? That looks more choppy. That looks more choppy on my end. Hold on. Let me see. Are you guys? That's really choppy. All right. 1 second. All right. How's that? Anything any better? Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Just when I talk? Oh, okay. I'll just sit here then. Checking 1 2, checking 1 2. Is this any better? Good now? Feeling better? Better? Okay. Good. No idea. I've never had that. It's worse? Robert, come on. Still bad. What the hell? Hmm. My internet speeds are insane. Audio is out of sync. Still bad. It is what it is. Audio is worse. Check, check, check. Huh. All right. I'm going to restart the computer, guys. I'm sorry. I'll be right back. My apologies for the technical issues. All right. Please tell me this is better. Please tell me this is better. Anyone? Bueller? Check, check, check. Anyone? Hopefully, so far. Better? All right. Man, there's been issues I've had before, but I've never had anything like that. Everything on my end sounded and looked perfect from all the everything. So it usually I can tell on my end if it's choppy or not. I've never had that happen before. So my apologies, guys. Thank you so much for being patient with me. I really appreciate it. For those of you who missed it, I don't know if I need to like repeat anything, but obviously we have the inactives for Green Bay. Just gonna go run through those one more time, and then we'll kind of get to all of your super chats and questions as well. Again, the inactives for Detroit: Miles Frazier, Graham Glasgow, Kirby Joseph, Tyler Lacey, Khalif Raymond, Mekhi Wingo, and Brock Wright are your inactives for the Lions. Again, all of their questionable players basically good to go. Packers inactives: Keyshawn Nixon and Josh Jacobs are good to go. Matthew Golden, Quay Walker, Nate Hobbs, Donovan Jennings, Savion Williams, LVN, and Carl Brooks are out for Green Bay for this game. Again, big news is Quay and Matthew Golden unable to go, and Keyshawn Nixon is able to go for the Packers. And I was also just saying thank you for all your support. Thank you even more now for sticking with me. It's still chop. What the hell? That is so weird. All right, well, guys, I'm gonna start. I think it's I'm gonna create a new live chat. And I apologize. I'll get to. Seems like Bank is playing better. Yeah, we'll try to talk about that as well. I'm going to start a new link, guys. My apologies for the inconvenience, and hopefully that will work. Yeah, it's so weird. I have nothing weird on my end at all, but I'll start a new one, and we'll get that. So I'll see you guys there. My apologies.